Hey, it's KJ, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I set up my stroller here in Walt Disney World. Right now I am at the Wilderness Lodge and I just thought I would share with you how I set up my double stroller for our park days. I do have 3 kids, 4 and under. I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old and a 12-month-old. So we do have 2 strollers. I have a single stroller and a double stroller. Right now I'm going to be showing you my double stroller because my single stroller we don't really put anything on, but we do have it because we have 3 kids. But I want to show you how I set up my double stroller so that if you are taking a double stroller to Walt Disney World or even a single stroller, that you can get some ideas on what might work for you, or you're like, how am I going to carry this, or where is this going to go? Hopefully by the end of this video you will have some tips on how to use what I use for you. So if you guys are new to my channel, I do love sharing all of my tips and experiences on what it's like taking 3 little kids to Walt Disney World. And I also do a lot of Disney resort tours, Disney resort room tours, Disney dining reviews, Disney cruise line videos, and just everything Disney, and especially when it comes to little kids. So if you like any of those things and you are new to my channel, I would love to have you hit that subscribe button down below if you like that type of content. And if you like today's video and you find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps support my channel. Now without further ado, let me show you my setup for my double stroller here in Walt Disney World. Here is my tried and true stroller that I use for every Walt Disney trip, and for the stroller that I use if I am home, if we're going to the store, if we're going for a walk. Like, this is my tried and true stroller. It is a Combi and it's about 15 years old. And if you're wondering, KJ, why do you have a stroller that's 15 years old when your oldest child is not even 5? Well, this is a hand-me-down, and this thing, it has seen better days, but it has held up over the last 15 or so years. I've been using it since Winnie was little because my niece is 6 months older than Winnie, so we have been using it even before I had 2 kids. My kids are, my oldest 2 are 22 months apart, so we've been using it basically since then. The only thing that has changed is that when my boys were little, I had a car seat insert. So I don't have it here because my boys don't need it right now, but when my babies were small, I had a car seat insert, and that is how the babies stayed in that spot because it's not really meant for infants, but my boys used it when they were like, I don't know, 2 months old plus, so I just had the car seat insert in there. Now, as far as the setup, so how I set up my stroller, we have 2 5-point straps here so my kids can go in there. And the nice thing about this, it has the cup holders. We don't really use these cup holders. I mean, my kids put stickers in them. The stroller also could use a good cleaning, but because their stroller is so old, a lot of their cups actually don't fit in here, but I'll get to that because I'll show you where I do put them. It does open up like this, which is nice because the kids can easily climb in and out. They can also climb over as well, but if we want them to, you know, be able to climb out more easily, I can open up both of these sides, so that is nice. And these, they do need a good cleaning, but these green inserts here, they do come out, so when I do need to wash them, I can. Then here on the top, this is how the stroller folds over, or the top folds over. It has a little thing here on either side so that I can keep the shade open. Now, because again, it's an older stroller, it does not have a shade that pulls all the way down. So what do I do to combat that? I keep muslin blankets usually on the stroller. I do have one underneath, I'll show you in a second. And I have these clips here. I have more clips in my park backpack as well. So what I do is I take a muslin blanket and I use these clips. You can get them on Amazon. I think these are actually from a hanger. If you guys can see that little round part, I think that's because it's supposed to fit on a hanger. I'm pretty sure that's what they were for. So I just put the muslin blanket right over like that, and I take another clip and I will clip it down here, and that will block them from the sun, but it also still gives them a little bit of air. And if I have to clip it to the side like this, because sometimes the baby or, you know, my 2-year-old, they want to see, or sometimes when he rides in here and one of the other kids rides in the single stroller, so I could clip it like this to the side so they could still see out, but I'm blocking the sun on this side. So I love this. It's just a really easy hack that if you have an older stroller or a hand-me-down, or even if you have a newer stroller and don't have one of those hoods that goes all the way down. I also have a Bob single and double stroller, and I use those at home when I'm taking the kids on like really long walks. Those shades come all the way down, and that stroller, like those strollers are also probably like 10 plus years old, also hand-me-down. So anyway, moving on. The other thing I like about this, it does have the little shade you can peek in, so I can look in at the kids when I need to. Then here on the side, I keep these Mickey bags. So they Velcro right on to the stroller. Now I had to move. Can be a little bit challenging. Sometimes it does slide down. Sometimes if I don't have it clipped tight enough, I do have to be mindful of that. But I do like these. They do have them in Mickey and Minnie. You can get them on Amazon. Just search for, I think it's like Mickey Stroller Net, maybe you could find it. I don't have an Amazon storefront, so I can't share it with you that way, but just look for Mickey Stroller Net, side stroller net, and you'll find it. And then in here, this is where I keep our fans. Now, why do I keep our fans in here? I'm gonna give you guys a little tip. When you're going through security, if you have your fans together, it will set it off. So anything that could set off security, I like to keep in these nets or under my stroller or under the other single stroller. So this is mainly what I use it for, to just sort of throw things in here haphazardly. And it's great, especially like I said, when going through security. Then around the back here, this, I have a little pocket. I don't really put anything in it, but I do have the option if I wanted to. I have a pocket on this one as well. So if I ever wanted to throw anything in there, I could. Then underneath is where I keep our rain covers. Now it did rain 2 days ago and I have not folded the rain covers up properly, but I really do try to do that every time we use them when we come back to the room to fold them up in a more concise manner. Right now they're just thrown under there a little bit crumpled, but that's really all I put under there because we do have to break down the stroller to get on the bus here. So I can't really put a ton underneath here. I can put the rain covers underneath, and I also have another muslin blanket for the other side of the stroller in case my whatever other child is in there, because the muslin blanket always goes over the baby, but it depends. My 2-year-old and my 4-year-old, they don't always want the blanket, so I do have it under there. And all three of these things fit, and I can close the stroller over. Now I also keep on here, I have my Tush baby because I have a 12-month-old, so it can hang from the stroller pretty easily. I also have a few other clips, so this just hangs onto the stroller. I moved it down to the side just so I could show you guys this setup up here, but usually I keep it hung up like right over here. Then over here I do have a tiny carabiner, and this is where I hang our diaper pouch because it's just really easily accessible, you know, for just diaper changes. So I just come and I grab that right here, and it holds, I don't know, I guess maybe like up to 5 pounds. So that works out really well. And then here, you guys, this, I believe I saw this on Becca Hart's channel, the cup holders. And this is the first trip we are using the cup holders, and it is great to either stick the water bottles in, or if you get a drink or a coffee. Now John and I don't drink coffee, but if you did drink coffee, this is where you could put it. So I love having this. It worked out really well this trip. If you get a cup of ice water from counter service, what have you, this is a great place to do that. Or just if you get a night blossom from Pongu Pongu over in Animal Kingdom, again, you can put your drink here, and it does expand. So depending on how large your drink is, it will push these little tabs out. So it's great because you really can fit a variety of sizes of drinks in there. And moving over, I do have a pouch here. This is where I just throw things. I try to keep it empty unless I need to throw something in there. So I don't have anything in there at all times, because a lot of times I throw my camera in here, the camera that I'm using. I will throw that in there. I will throw my phone in there, my microphone in there. I will throw sometimes the kids' water bottles if, you know, these have something in them. Just if I need to throw something in here quick, this is where it will go. And again, I try to keep it open just so that when I need to throw things in there, I can. I don't really use this zipper pouch. I have gotten, if we've gotten like buttons, I do put them in there just so that, you know, because the kids could pin themselves. So if we got like a birthday button or something like we did on this trip, because my little guy did turn a year old on this trip, I would put that in here just to keep it, you know, zippered and away from the kids. Also, it does have these little pouches here if you want to put drinks in. Again, I don't really use it for that. Oh, look, I have a dog bag for my dog Slinky. I have a little waist bag for her because I do walk the kids sometimes in this stroller. If I don't use the Bob stroller, sometimes I take this. And yep, so I use it at home too, and that's for Slinky. Like, so if you have a dog, you know, I always just like to have one of those on hand. So just a little non-fun fact Disney tip there. Okay, moving on. So I do have this pouch here. Then I have a few other clips because we just have a lot of stuff, you guys. So this clip I have, this is if I want to throw the waters on quickly. I have a large water, so I'll throw my water on here. It will just hang on the hook. Or just, you know, if I want to throw my fanny pack on here, I can. This is my hook for just throwing things on quickly, and then I can get them off quickly. They don't necessarily stay on here, but if I just, you know, want to throw, sometimes I hang my camera on here. It does, because my camera just have a little strap here, you guys. So sometimes I'll throw that on there. But this hook is not meant to hold things for a long time. It's meant to hold things for a quick amount of time, because usually I might throw my camera on there for a minute to go do something, and then I'll, you know, take it off, or the water bottle or whatever. Then I have this carabiner clip over here. Now this is where I will hook my backpack onto. The kids have to be in it in order for me to do that, because my backpack will weigh down the stroller. So just another thing there, if you are going to Disney, make sure you take off anything heavy, take it off the back before you let your children get out, because otherwise your stroller will fall. And then over here, this is a tray. Again, I saw this, Becca Hart, she showed this in some of her vlogs. Now it does have a cup holder here as well. So I do have 2 cup holders on the back of my stroller because sometimes Johnny and I both need drinks. But here is a tray insert. It's a car seat tray insert, but you can use it in Disney. Now I don't always keep this on the stroller. If we're going to Epcot and I know we're going to be snacking, I make sure I have it. This tray though, you can put a drink in. So the cool thing about this tray is that this bottom here, it spins so it can accommodate different size drinks and fit into different holders. So if you needed it to expand to fit in a larger holder, it can. I can't twist it because I only have one hand right now, guys, because I have the camera in the other hand. But it can adjust here so that if you wanted it to fit in a different size cup holder, you could, or if you needed it to accommodate a larger drink, you could do that as well. But this is great, especially if you're flying solo and just want to have a place to put your food, you could do that. Or even if you're with another adult, it's nice because I can push the stroller and, you know, put our French fries or whatever like snacks we got from Epcot or Magic Kingdom. We were at the Halloween party last night, you know, and I had my little Mickey pumpkin shaped cheesecake resting on here. So it's just great because you can push and not have to actually hold your snack. Now you have to go carefully because, you know, if you did hit a bump, it like could fall, but it is pretty sturdy. So this is really handy to have. Now the last thing I just want to point out, I do have another one of those Mickey sling bags over here. Again, like I said, you just have to be mindful about pushing it up because sometimes it will fall down, but it still does the job. Oh, also it's by Disney Baby, so that's just another thing if you're looking it up that you could look up there. So I have the fans in here, the stroller fans. Oh, that's another thing. I don't have the fans on, but I do have the claw fans. If you guys can see, these are claw fans. So I will put the fan, I will put it on the stroller like this. It will sort of like wrap around, and that is how I keep the kids cool. Sometimes they want to hold them, but for the baby, it will just wrap around. I do have another fan that clips onto the top, so sometimes I'll clip that on depending on how hot it is. I'll clip the fan on here, and then I also have the claw fan that goes around there. But I do have them in here just so that when we go through security, it will just be easier and it doesn't set it off. Also, this is where I keep our spray sunscreen because same thing, this will set off the security buzzers. So these are also really handy, not to keep things in all the time, but just to throw things like this in so that you don't have to get buzzed by security. But that is it. That is how I set up my stroller in Walt Disney World. And you could do similar things depending on what kind of stroller you have. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new and you like the content, I would love to have you subscribe. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave me a little mouse since I showed you those little Mickey sling bags. And with that, I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.